Hey guys, so it's me David, back of course with another video, and guys, this is the first ever on the Lego Boy fan channel, first ever Lego Superheroes highlight video. And basically what this video is just highlighting some of the minifigs for you customs that I personally make and sell through my site. And you know, I've had requests, you know, hey, can you show me on a video, you know, what this minifigure is, explain a little bit about that. That's basically what I'm going to be doing, and you know, all that the word highlight means, you know, minifig highlights, kind of like the same word as using a showcase or something like that, or whatnot. Basically, yeah. So just a highlight showing you what you get when you get one of these. And the reason why I'm having these two in this video is because these two figures, which have been out of stock on my site for a very long time now, almost a couple months now, because they were so popular. These figures on my site sold so fast. Iron Patriot sold out within 24 hours. Martian Manhunter sold out within 10 hours. It was crazy. There's actually kind of a cool purpose. Both of these guys have also been featured in two very popular brick films. One of them was the Lego Justice League film by Forest Fire, and another one by Forest Fire, it was called Iron Mania. It was basically a parody of Iron Man 3, it's really cool how both of these have been featured and whatnot. So the first one we're going to go ahead and show off is Iron Patriot, which is this guy right here. Now, those of you who don't know who Iron Patriot is, basically he, well, you should know he is because Iron Man 3 it's been the most popular movie of this year, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen it and know who he is. Basically, this is just, you know, kind of a funny suit, I guess you could say, of War Machine and whatnot. You know, have to watch the movie to understand the jokes and puns and whatnot. But anyways, all of these figures, both of these figures, are custom printed, not decals, not Sharpie, just actual Lego printing. And as you can see, there's some great detail on these guys. Side leg printing, you got some very nice torso detail right there going on there. Some arm printing, and he had, sorry, he also has dark red hands. Yeah. And you know, there's a funny story about these dark red hands. You know, getting a hold of dark red hands is very hard in the market of Lego parts. Took me a very long time. I actually had to buy, I think, 35 aliens from the new Galaxy Squad sets because the hands individually were not available. They were just that limited. So I actually had to buy the minifigures, take the hands off, and sell the minifigures back because that was the only way I could get a hold of the dark red hands. And the way I purchase my parts for all these printed stuff and all that is I'll buy like parts that I'll buy parts by, you know, the torso, the legs, the head. Usually it's like that. And when I bought the torso, it had all the dark blue arms, the dark blue torso, another arm, but it had yellow hands, so I had to buy the dark red hands separately. Now, it doesn't seem, you would think dark red hands will be kind of, you know, easy to get because of the Iron Man set. It's not as easy as you think. So, you know, just a little tidbit there, something you wouldn't know when you buy a minifigure from me. A lot of work actually goes into finding all the parts needed to make, you know, quantities of 100 plus of these minifigures. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, something new that I haven't done with Iron Patriot is I just added a minigun, and this is the exact same minigun that War Machine has from the Iron Man 3 set, but it's also the exact same minigun that is going to be on the official Lego Iron Patriot coming out this fall with the Lego Marvel Superheroes video game. You're only going to get that Iron Patriot through the video game, so it won't be an actual set. So it's going to be very hard to find, so this minifigure is definitely... Man, everybody just texts me. You know, you guys know I'm a teenager now. Trust me, I get a lot of texts. Alright, anyways. So this minifigure is probably a safe bet to go in another direction. Another thing that I always like about my minifigures personally, at least with the Iron Man figures, is that it has a printed head. You know, I am not a fan of the bobbleheads, as I call, on the Lego Iron Mans because it just looks so big. I do like Lego's idea of, you know, opening the mask up, and you see that in the movie, but it, you know, in the Iron Man films, the helmet, there we go. The helmet actually, is literally right against the, face. It's not much bigger. It's not really huge. It's really against the face a lot of times. So it makes sense that it's about the regular minifigure head size. Now there is no back leg printing or back torso printing, but something that I didn't originally offer was this minigun, and now when you go to my site, this minigun is now available with the purchase of the figure. It's just something I wanted to do. Since I was not doing back printing on this figure, I thought, I should definitely have the minigun there. So I did that, and I hope you guys really appreciate that. Just a little added tidbit, nice thing I'm doing for everybody who purchased the figure. Alright, and the next minifigure is Martian Manhunter. So, some of you might not actually know who he is. Maybe you younger kids out there, because maybe you just didn't watch the Justice League TV show back in the 06, 05, around that time. Amazing series. You should definitely check it out. I think it's on Netflix right now. Definitely worth watching. It's just as good as the Batman animated series. It's just as good as that. Really awesome. Anyways, Martian Manhunter here. He is, of course, a Martian, the last of his kind. So it's told in the TV show. And basically, he can change into any shape or form. He's a shapeshifter. He has some pretty cool powers. We've seen him change into a dragon, all kinds of things. He'll do some pretty cool tidbits in the show. So he's a really awesome character, and a lot of people like him. This is not his actual alien form. He actually shapes himself between Martian and human. This is kind of the form we're looking for, and whatnot. So I think it's pretty interesting. Going back to the comics in the 80s, 70s when I think it was maybe earlier than that, in the 60s when he was introduced. And the comics, it was interesting how the designers, said, hey, let's take his Martian form, his human form, put it together. So, I always thought that was really interesting about this character. Anyways, something really unique about Martian Manhunter, obviously, is, this is not a Lego cape. It's the Lego cape is usually smaller than this. I do not have one near me, but it's not as big as this. Of course, Martian Manhunter's cape, it has to be a little bit bigger. He's a big guy, pretty big guy. But he's also got the special, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a neck piece, neck guard. It's like it's like a turtleneck kind of thing going on here. And that was a specially made cape by Cape Madness. He is my person who provides all my capes. I'll commission him to do a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. So the cape is really unique, and it's only available for this figure and this figure alone. So it's pretty cool. Now onto the actual minifigure. Of course, this is another custom printed minifigure. Now, something a lot of people get confused is actually this is just blue legs. If you take a close look at it, these are just blue legs with the green actually printed on. It's actually a technique we Lego customizers actually use, depending on what's available and how can we get by. A lot of the times with Lego customization, whatever the toe part right here is, whatever color that is, will make the legs, because that's the only part on the legs that we cannot print. So usually if the figure has black shoes, we have to go with black legs, even though maybe they'll have green pants or something. That's usually how we actually do that. It's something you don't really think about, but if we say we went with green legs, we could have printed all the blue on, but right there, that little edge, his little toe part, I guess you could say, of the minifigure, it would have been green, and it would have looked a little weird. So we always go for what is that toe color on whatever minifigure we're doing. That's how we always judge that. At least in for minifigs figure, that's how we do it. But I've seen a lot of customizers follow that rule. It's just something we've always done, just so it's accurate and yet it still has a great amount of printing. Now, a lot of Lego minifigures, like take Wonder Woman, for example, they never have back leg printing, and that is where I come in and totally prove Lego wrong, that you can do back leg printing, and it's pretty cool actually how you can do that. You know, it really does match up and looks great as well. I got some back torso printing on him as well, and on top of that, we also added some muscles on Martian Manhunter. Of course, you know, you gotta make him strong looking. So muscles on both sides of his arms. So those are custom printed arms. And then of course you gotta have a custom printed face. Very sweet. And this is completely accurate, like totally 100% accurate to the comic version. There's other versions, you know, the video game version, more realistic versions, but I think the comic one definitely looks the best. And it looks really awesome when you put the design, of course, on the Lego minifigure. So, you know, that is it, guys. So I just want to stop off, you know, saying that don't take this video as just a promotion for me, just promoting the figures. I'm showing this because I want to show anybody out here who just doesn't have the money or, you know, or resources or whatever the case is to get these figures for me, or hey, I might just be out of stock of these figures when you're watching this video. I'm showing this video to show you that you can also make your own minifigures. There is water slide decals out there, guys. You can definitely, you're welcome to get inspired by these figures. I'm not going to say copy the designs, but to get inspired by these figures and, you know, make your own designs if my figures aren't available or you just don't have the funds to get one, you know, whatever the case is. So I want you guys to realize that when I'm making, this is definitely the one of many superhero highlight reviews, I guess you could call them. I have tons of superheroes coming in the future. Green Arrow, Human Torch, Sonic Space Armor. We have a Cyborg, all kinds of custom minifigures, custom superhero minifigures, along with all the custom clones I produce for Minifigs for You. You know, here's, you know, a glimpse at all the figures I make right here. This is my business card, and as you can see, we make a lot of different things. It's pretty cool. So yeah, last thing I want to just touch on is custom Lego printing. I get a lot of questions about this. You know, how do I custom Lego print? It's not something a lot of you can do, guys, because it costs a lot of money to do it. Like I said, I make hundreds of these figures when I make them. So you know, you have to imagine that these sell at, you know, about $25 each, and you know, times that by 100. You can kind of see that you have to have a lot of money to even do such a thing. I know a lot of you would like to just make your own one of your own figures, just isn't in the books, because you know, you have to understand that the type of printing that goes into this, you have to do multiples because you're spending so much money on just making one design, you know, put it on one figure, all that stamping and whatnot, etc., etc. Goes into the works. So yeah, like I said, guys, both of these figures were featured in Forest Fire 101's films, so definitely check those out. There's a link below to both of the videos if you want to take a look at them. Very awesome. I do want to thank Forest Fire, Forrest himself, for actually letting some of my figures, you know, just go into his brick films, and trust me, there is going to be more and some of his newer brick films coming out in the future, so it is really cool that me and him have been able to partner up on this. Trust me, I have a lot more stuff for Forrest that you guys will be seeing in his brick films. Really excited about it. So yeah, so also if you guys have any questions about the figures, you know, any other questions, whether it be business related, say you have more printing questions, you know, where I got inspired, whatever your question is, please, I am totally open to comments. Just totally comment below, and I'll leave it at that. So guys, thank you very much for watching this highlight review, whatever you want to call it, of Martian Manhunter and I Am Patriot. Both customs are available on my site, minifigsforyou.com. There is a link below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, so you got some information out of it, whatever the case is. And I hope you guys share the video with your friends, tell your friends about the video, whatever the case is. And I'll definitely be back with more of these in the future. So guys, please, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.